Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well and things are going good. I wanted to just do a really quick update, a really quick video. The last couple of days or so, I've been getting some really strong, strong messages to put out there. This is coming from the Galactic Federation, my star family, my higher self. It's really noticed it in the last couple of days. It just feels a very strong message. I actually read it in a book tonight. I've been rereading Three Waves of Volunteers, New Earth book by Dolores Cannon. There's so much useful information in that book. I highly recommend it to read it. I know it's translated in, I believe, 27 languages or something like that. So the thing that's really important right now is to letting go of fear, especially letting go of the need for materialism or greed. And I know probably most people that are watching my videos that get this information are not involved with that. Mostly, we all have things we want and get, but the big thing is fear. Really, over and over, I'm being told is to let go of, stop focusing on what's happening in the world. Or if you do act like as an observer, be the observer. Look at it as like a movie happening. That's a good way of putting it. It's just a movie. Focus on what's here. Focus on what's in your heart. Focus on what you want to see in your world, in the new earth, and where you want to go. That is what is so important right now. Turn off the TV. Don't worry about what's happening in the politics. Don't worry about what's happening in the government. Don't worry about what's happening with this virus thing. Just let it go. Just stop focusing on it, because it's there for a purpose to keep you stuck, to keep you held to the old energy, the old earth. That will be the old earth. That will be the old energy. Part of it is a test for all of us to see how well we can let go of that, how we can let go of that negativity and that division, that separation. There's protesting happening with the racial divide and division, and that's all being done on purpose. It's a purpose to test you, to test your where you stand. So where you stand is here. That's important. These things are happening because its purpose is trying to hold you back. It's trying to hold you into this. And when this shift happens, the more you focus on this outside chaos and craziness, the more you're going to be pulled back into that old earth energy, that third dimensional energy. So just let it go. Don't worry about it. It's happening. It's just an illusion. What you create here is your world. A good way, and I read this tonight, a good way to do this is focus on, if you have a negative thought, say, these people and, whatever in the news, or these people that are on the news reporting this are just so negative all the time. The more, you focus on that, you're going to continue creating that. So when you come up with a good idea, and I read this is a good idea, when you have a negative thought about something, immediately follow it up with a positive thought. And I've said this before in the past, but focus on things you want to see on a new world, on a new earth, on a better, because what's happening is we are shifting into a new dimension. This is what's happening. This earth is shifting into a new dimension, a new earth. And those that can't hold that higher frequency of energy, of light, of that positivity, will be pulled back into that old earth, and they will stay and they'll be left behind. That's just the way it is. So you have a choice. Everybody is given this choice to either hold that light, hold that energy, or continue being pulled into that negativity and into that. Even if you're focusing on that all the time, if you're focusing on it, you're going to be pulled into that. So what? Don't worry about what's going to happen. Just focus on what you want to happen in your life, okay? So that's so important right now. I'm getting it constantly. It's been coming up in the last couple of days as a message to get across. The other thing is, the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is really good, this is a little exercise to do, and I read this is a really good thing. A lot of people have people that have done them wrong, people that have mistreated you, or people that have said hurtful things to you. And whether, let's say, you were abused as a child, or you had a bad marriage, or a bad relationship, or you had, a coworker that did something bad to you, whatever the case is, okay? And you want to let go of that hurt, and you want to just, you don't want to be attached to that person anymore, or that energy, because that energy will hold you back too. So put your intent out there. Maybe the person actually has died. Maybe it was a father figure, a mother figure, or an older relative that, or somebody else that caused you harm, and you have a hard time forgiving. Let go of it. So a good way of doing it is, if you can't see them in front of you, or let's say you can't face them, mentally see them in front of you and say, we are done. Our contract is over. I'm tearing up the contract. You go your way in love, and I will go my way in love. There's no more connection between us. I'm letting it go. I'm walking away. Tear it up. And you have to mean that, though. You have to really believe it and mean it. Because if you're not ready to let that go, then you're going to have a hard time releasing that that person has done you wrong. And then also, you need to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for what also, because there's always two sides to a situation, always. So that's important right now. That's another really big thing that is coming up. And so I recommend, even another idea that I've done is actually writing about it. Write it down, or record it in a voice recorder. Say, this person has done me wrong. I want to let this go. Another way of looking at it is, what did you learn from it? Did you learn something? Maybe it learned to teach you how to be more patient. Maybe it learned how to teach you to be a stronger person inside. Maybe you, later on in life, let's say you were abused, and then you were able to later on maybe can become a counselor for others that have gone through the same situation. So there's a lot of different things. And so that's important too, is to let that go. But I just wanted to just quickly do this video just to reiterate, to stop focusing on it, just turn off the TV. And I'm sure most of you probably don't get involved too much, but I know people that do still continue to get drawn into that negativity. And I have myself. I have been brought into that. And then it just, you see it. I saw it, what it was doing to me, and how it was just pulling me into a negative energy. And it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't. And it's there as a test to see if you can let that go. Because you're not taking that with you to this new earth, this new dimension, this moving into this new dimension. And the other thing that will happen is, once this shift happens, those that stay behind, those that are still holding and stuck into that old earth, will pass. They will die physically from probably major catastrophes and things that are going to happen. After they pass, they will see the opportunity they missed to evolve into another higher dimension. And then they will probably kick themselves for not letting go, or not following that frequency, holding that light, holding that energy. And it could be a long time before they get that opportunity to ascend and to evolve again, because this opportunity doesn't come around very often. It comes around every probably millions of years or so. I mean, this is a universal ascension. This is a universal shift into a new frequency. Every being that's out there in this universe is going through their own step up. It's like moving up to the next grade level. Every being is going through this. It's not just this planet. So if you look at it that way, we're all going through this. And so the key is we all are here. Each of us is going through different tests, but we're all going through it. So stay with what feels good to you. Stay with what feels joyful. Stay with what makes you happy. Focus on what you want to see in that new earth. Write it down. That's a good way of doing it. I've done that. Take a journal, write on a piece of paper, record your stuff. Say, I want to see, where everybody's working together. I want to see new technology, where there's healing beds, where there's people have no disease. There's going to be, there's just peace. There's just people creating music together, artwork. There's no jobs. We don't have to work. I mean, these are my ideas. Everybody's got their own. Where you'll be working with other galactic beings. Just write those ideas down. Those are good things to focus on. So anyway, thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like the video. Please leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm still working on a new video again about the phases of ascension, which will be from, my viewpoint and others that I know and talk with. So I appreciate it. I love you all, and we'll be in touch soon. Any new updates I get, I will also share.